What's going on, Bigfoot World? Another Friday Night Live. We're gonna get it started here. I'm running a little bit late, guys. I ain't even have time to make coffee, but I'm just winging it. You got your book. That's what's going on. I'm glad to hear that, Geneva. But what's going on, Bigfoot World? Let me pause this other page. I'm just winging it. I'm ready. Ready as it gonna be, guys. As ready as I'm gonna get. What's going on, Wendy? N8R. We here. But first thing first, can you hear me? You see me all right? Everything. We got a good stream going on. I see you, Anna. Kathy Kissel. I'm coming after. I'm blowing your shit up right after Friday Night Live, Kathy. Guys, I've been seeing all the new members. We're up to what? Almost 30 members last time I checked. I've been posting up videos for you guys. Okay, my man Gene. Welcome home, Gene. I'm glad you're home. Finally out that hospital. Man, it's been a long week. But we're getting it accomplished. We're getting it together, guys. Man, we're getting it together. Let everybody get on here real quick before we get started. Well, we can even get started a little bit. I've been watching this video, guys. Most of you guys seen that one horn deer skull that they left me up there, and I came across this video where they got live footage of these rare deers. It's I mean, these things is something you'll never see. Geneva with that Muay. Guys, you got to try that Muay. It works. I mean, just about, like I said it about 5 times the whole time of being out there, and I'm telling you, 4 out of 5 I got a reaction by saying that. It seemed like they was getting closer. It seemed like they was getting closer, and it was getting crazy. Somebody said that Muay was Dutch for friend. There's a couple different definitions you guys said. My man Vince, good to see you here. Brett, everybody's on here. We're getting it together, guys. We're doing all right. From the old, I don't know, but it works. When you're out there and you hear him moving around, use that word. You hear a tree knock or a whoop or something, just like I did, just yell. Who's gonna hear you? You're in the forest. Nobody but them. But I'm telling you, that word, it worked. It definitely worked. I don't know what it means or what it is, but it worked. How you pronounce that? Jerobin Hood himself. Thanks, man. And I apologize if I messed that name up. It's pretty catchy though, I guess. And there's a few things we got to talk about them videos. Like the deer, my battery. If you guys notice, my battery keeps dying in the same exact place. My battery and the battery pack. Go figure. And then once that, I figured that out. Once I got on the other side and everything started charging back up, my stabilizer died. So it's like, damn, I'm not meant to film. Next time I go there, I'm taking 2 cameras. I ain't playing with it. I'm taking 2 cameras. My phone's going off. I should have shut it off before I went live. I don't know, Pam, if it's them sucking up energy. It's like the same little stretch area that when I go up across there, it drains everything. It keeps shutting my phone off. It stops recording. It's like, damn, man, What's going on? But two times, different times, back to back. There's something going on with that. I did, Wendy. That's what I'm talking about. It drained my battery pack, and I got a super battery pack. This battery pack is a super battery pack. It once that goes up to 100%, it usually lasts 2 or 3 days before I have to charge it back up again. I straight plugged it in and had them both on and trying to film at the same time while I was buffering. But while I was trying to film at the same time, I had it charging, and it still shut everything off. This died, and the camera died. It's something going on with that little 50-yard stretch. And once I get over on the other side of that little stretch there, where the little tiny pine trees are growing, that's when it's done. It just stops doing whatever it's doing. That's a crazy phenomenon. I don't know what's up with that area, but it's interesting though. It's definitely an interesting spot. That this time when I went out this last time, I I followed it pretty much the whole way up to the top of that mountainside, and it kind of curved back down over to the other side of the mountain, and I just pretty much wrapped back around to that waterfall once I got down low. The battery thing, yeah, I went down to 10%. That's the same thing that happened to me. And Ador, that's the same exact thing. But it's definitely a cool area. Sunday, I don't know. This Sunday, I got plans. Even though it's supposed to rain a little bit, we're going. Mike, Money Mike, and Jeff's going to go up to Bigfoot Land and check that area out. But nonetheless, if they don't come, I'm definitely going to be up there in Bigfoot Land. And members, there's videos up you guys ain't even watching, or can't you find them? Are they not posted or what? I got a couple behind the scene videos on how to get to that spot, guys. You guys are the only ones that can see that the behind the scenes. There's a couple good videos up already. You mean Dad? Let's go. Yeah, Jeff be there. Jeff, hopefully he if he don't chicken out, he said he's gonna be there, but we'll see. Money Mike, he has to be there because I got to pick him up. Paradox. It sounds Hawaiian. It sounded when he said it to me, it sounded samurai, more samurai, the way he said it. But then the following week, when I went back out there and then I said it back to him, that's a it worked. Whatever it is, there was tree knocks on like two different sides of me coming up through that mountainside when I said that. They're blocking cell phones. It's possible, but not. Yeah, maybe blocking, but not draining batteries like that. That's some kind of like magnetic field or something going on there. There's something crazy going on there. Yeah, Money Mike's all right. He's used to it. He's been out there enough times. He's been around them a good bit. He's used to it. He got a little bit more nerves than Jeff does. Jeff, he really it's still in his mind. He knows there's something out there, but it's still iffy with it. He ain't fully for sure until that one time when we had that Bigfoot in the hole. That pretty much changed everything for him. And no, just recently, the last time he went out, I forget where it was, up Jamonsville with the paranormal channel, and things started running around us, and he was done then. He's just petrified of the woods. It's going to be amazing if he shows up. It definitely is, because that once he knows, now that he knows for a fact that they're in there, it's a whole different story. He don't want to get in there. Vicky, you became the Golden Crew. That's what's up. Welcome with the family. I got sweet tea tonight, guys. Give the coffee a break. That coffee breaking me down. Word of the day, Moy. Definitely use it. You have to use it, guys. Here he goes. Bigfoot is gay. I thought you guys that forgot about last Friday, but that shit. We had a good time last Friday. I had a good time. It was fun, man. Them. Did you watch? You gotta watch the whole series of WTF is that part 1 through 4 on my channel, and you'll understand why they restricted it. Um, Once I found them tracks, the very next weekend we decided to rope down into the big hole, and when we went out there, they federally restricted it. We're not allowed down in that hole whatsoever, or else. You guys know what that else is. So you once you watch that series, you'll understand why they did that, because them tracks, whatever them tracks are, they don't want us around it, in it, about it, or none of that. 50 Shades of Sasquatch. That's funny. I like that. Yeah, that's from me coming out in the cat that's going to work at night in the cold. It's kind of, I think my cold coming back, setting in on me again. What happened with Bigfoot in that station? Hey, I crack myself up sometimes, even when I'm out there by myself. I mean, when I said I didn't realize what I said until after I said it, and then I just laughed. That's just funny. The Bigfoot nut busting station. That's hey, but you guys know what I mean. I'm talking about he was sitting there busting nuts. You could see it. It's smeared smeared in on the rocks. Damn, that didn't even sound right. But we're just gonna leave that whole thing out. We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave that one alone because there's no way to talk your way out of something like that. It's just what it is. The nut busting station. I need a couple around here myself. Actually, shit. No, I know Bigfoot got some. Are you in Missouri? Oh, Matilda. Okay. Snoop. Yeah, that I know. I was cracking up once I said it. I crack myself up sometimes. Link. I had a good time last Friday. We did. It was like a little party going on. We had a pretty good time. But I definitely did, guys. I went up across the first. I noticed there's two layers going up that mountainside of them barricades that run, and they run the whole length of that whole mountainside. I don't know if it's to keep us out or they can hear us coming through that, fighting through that barricade, or what. But there was one layer I had to climb up through, and then I followed the structures, the leans, the upside down trees wedged in, all that. There's a lot of stuff that guys that you ain't even see because I was trying to charge the camera up. So I decided to go ahead and follow that creek up while it was on charge. And once I start seeing more activity, I would put everything back together and turn it on. But there was some. I'm gonna go back up through there with 2 cameras later on this next trip. I want to get up into Bigfoot land. I want to check out the maze. There's a few other things I want to get into before I get back up over to that spot. So I'm gonna leave that spot alone for a couple weeks. There's other things I gotta check out. I want to check out um, Betty Knox before it starts warming up because I think while it's cold, I think a lot of them down there in the bottom eating off. You guys are funny. But I think they're down there in the bottom of Betty Knox eating the trout out that stream coming in. They stock that stream down there. You're allowed to fish the trout out of there, but you got to put them back once you catch them. But once you catch a trout, they die anyway. So whap throw it back in. You might as well take it and eat it. But they find you if you come out of there with trout. Closest caves that you are. Dean, I'm gonna be hitting some more caves, but I'm trying to wait till it warms up so the bear can wake up and get out of there. I'm not trying to walk in. Fred wants to get in there and cuddle up with a bear. I'm not trying to go down that road. It's going to be an ugly sight. So I'm trying to let it warm up before we start hitting a couple caves up. I do have some caves in mind, and on that, members, I probably won't be doing too many behind the scenes because every time I'm trying to keep these caves secret because you seen what happened to the last cave we went to. It got sealed up. I thought I saw something. You know what? I'm probably thinking. I think I know what you're talking about. The one I zoomed in. I know I seen it, and I think Scott Malika sent me a picture of it. Half his body sticking out from the tree. Now, what I seen before I zoomed in, I didn't even want to say nothing. I was trying to wait till he peeked again, but I seen a Bigfoot, and I watched him peek out behind the tree, looking at me, and I said, I see a peeker. And soon as I zoomed in, I couldn't find it again. So I didn't even want to say nothing else because I got the, you know how the trolls are. I wanted to get in and zoom in on it and wait till it did it again, but it never came back out again. It like it knew that I was filming. So the only thing that it caught was half of his body. It was only a tree like this, and half of his body was just sticking out. And I guess there was like a rock face that he was. It's a pretty good shot. I'm pretty sure Scott posted up on Facebook on Into the Woods. Moimi's friend in Dutch. I think they said you're the second person that said that. Proper name Moses or Kyle. Hmm. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, Bigfoot Mama. I was thinking the same thing. I mean, it's like I was doing auto moderating myself, Dean. I don't know, guys. I was just checking out you guys' stories. Tell them, Brian. But hey, you gotta love trolls. It's all good. Number love. She said cookie side. She says cookie. Oh yeah, I seen that bobcat. It was on my right side when you were walking down off the ridge. It was on your right. Yeah, yeah, yep. You're right. What's going on, Elizabeth? At least somebody's talking to me. Everybody else is on their own telling stories. But it's all good. It's interesting. What's the name of the video you did a while back where he said "muy"? It was like 2 videos ago. The two, I don't even know the name of it. I'm gonna have to check that out on this computer. I'll let you know before we hang up. I mean, before we end this news. Thanks, Jerry. Thai Mui sounds like China. When he said it, it really sounded similar, like Mui. That's all I said. I didn't even hear nothing running away or nothing. It just said that, and it was loud when he said it, just like I said it, but it a lot louder. Lot you can tell the lungs. If he wanted, man, I'd hate to be standing there when he screamed. Lion wouldn't have nothing on him. Did you hear him laughing? No, I did hear kids laughing. It was a while ago. It was a couple years ago. We was deep down in the ravine. It was me and Mike. Me and Mike was by ourselves deep down in the ravine, and I took my dirt bike, and Mike was on back, and I rode it all the way down this old creek bed down into the bottom. And I parked at the bottom. I figured there ain't nobody down here but us, and if anybody does come, I'll hear them coming. So I parked my bike down on the old creek bed, and me and Mike started walking up through the forest, see if we could find any signs and see what's going on in that part of the forest. So us we went up through there, and we went up around this gigantic boulder. I mean, it was a huge boulder. When we came up around to the backside, it sounded like my kickstand was getting kicked up, like it was being put up, like I was hearing clicking on my bike. So I'm thinking, man, somebody's taking my bike. So me and Mike turned around and started running back around to the rock and down through the forest to check on the bike. And as I'm running around that big rock, I hear two kids giggling right up on top of it. It seemed like it was up on top of that rock, but they was tricking me, like making me think that they was stealing my dirt bike down there, and they thought that was cute and was laughing about it. I did hear them giggling. They sound like little kids. Two little kids was laughing at us. What's going on, Alex? My man Don. I'm good. I'm glad to see everybody on here. Another Friday. It's been an interesting Friday though. Long, interesting. Yeah, Tim. For the most part, it takes me a while to get back in there. But now I drive into like a certain area, a park, and then I'll walk a couple miles into the forest. I got lucky on this new spot. Most of you members checked out that video. I checked out Google Earth where the waterfall is. I looked at Google Earth, and there's a old one lane road that runs the length of the river along the river, and it takes you back into this like old water plant or some shit. So I found it. I followed the road out to the main road, and I went and I found it. And I drove back in there. It cut off like 4 miles of walking. I was happy when I found that, but only the members got to see that. That was all behind the scenes. It was interesting though because it's only one lane, and you got the river right here. If it's icy, you slide. It's all bad. Or if another car comes the other direction, it's it's gonna be a bad day. But for the most part, it's a nice little ride back in there. Whereas Fred, Um, he ain't been feeling good. His hip been jacked up for months. It's some days he can walk and some days he can't. Where's my girlfriend, not the cat, who said I had one? That's the guy. See, that's why I didn't want to show her last Friday, or none of that. I mean, I still talk to her and all that, but I don't want to keep bringing different girls on live with me or saying this is meet my girlfriend, and then 2 days later she gone, and then I find somebody else and say, "Here, guys, meet my girlfriend." So I'm going to kind of leave that where it's at. You know what I mean? Until I'm for sure, and then when I'm for sure, then you guys will meet my new girlfriend. Until I find a new girlfriend, you know what I mean? But what's going on, real Clef? The waterfall. It really did. It was so amazing. I had to take a couple pictures of it. And how many of you guys were just sitting there like this, just looking at that screen? I mean, I don't know what's going on with that. I gotta work on that. I'm not one for pictures. We don't need you to get attached to the dumper. Yeah, I hear you. You're right. But that's where I'm at with the girlfriend situation. I just don't want to keep bringing no girls on here and saying this is my girlfriend, and then a couple days later she gone, and then that's just not me, and that's not what I want to do. But anyways, what my mom say? Why she funny? Yeah, my mom is funny. I see it. I see it now, mom. That fucked up. I mean, messed up. I'll be back on when you get home. Okay, I'll be here, Alex. No rush. My man Woodburger Farm. He's in the house. He got Deb in the barn, keeping all the chickens safe. I did too, Kathy. It is a real nice waterfall. It was Deb. I knew you gonna say that. Man, Gene, you got ammo that you don't even need. You don't even know the half of the ammo that man got. He got 1 man army. He got 100 man army by himself. Where's my light? Oh, okay. That's another thing I got quit smoking bugler. This shit killing my lungs. You got super slow internet. I know. I had it before. I know that feeling. It's. I know that feeling. It's a nightmare. I don't know. I think I don't know. He's on the Bigfoot station. Got a little strange. It's scary out there, man. Just try it at night, man. Try it. Not even try the hour at night and see how you'll feel it. You'll feel that fear without a doubt. No matter if wintertime, summertime, spring, go out there in the Bigfoot world in the night. You'll feel that fear. Puff puff pass instead of the bugler. Frogman, what are you doing? There she go barking at nothing again. Bigfoot stations. What you mean open those eyes? I'm trying to read, Mom. What are you trying to say? Just share the coffee. What's the bugler? You don't know what bugler is, real clef? Tobacco? Who's? Stay in touch with that old Kruger. Damn, Brad. That's messed up. I don't want to be in the wheel. I'm good. I'm good on that one. It is good tobacco. It's probably the best tobacco they got, but I gotta try to leave it behind somehow. I know, Mom. You saw that Bigfoot on the news. She felt that fear I mentioned. I don't know. Cook, what you barking at? She does some weird shit here. She'll go into the shower or into the bathroom and bark at the shower. There ain't nobody in the shower. She does some weird stuff throughout the night. Bugler is not medical pot. Kathy, I know. I hear you. Ain't nothing like a real good cup of coffee. I'm good with my sweet tea. I've been drinking too much. I drink, you don't understand. I drink coffee day and night. From the time I wake up, I go to sleep with a cup of coffee on my nightstand. It's just not healthy. So I'm trying to cut it down, coffee up until like 1 o'clock, and then switch over to something else. Try it. I'm not saying I'm going to stick with it, but I'm trying it. Yeah, Tim, you're not helping matters, man. That's all good though. It definitely is. Cookies on the ghost. And I try to use my ghost box. I got a ghost box. I try to put it together, but the batteries are dead. They must have drained when I was at Jamalsville, and they was brand new batteries. That should at least had a couple more uses out of them, but they're completely dead. It won't even turn on. So I'm gonna have to get some more batteries and try to get some. See if I can get him to say something. Talk. Now yous are out talking about coffee. I'm just gonna put a piece of paper and tape it over the comments and talk about nothing for the rest of the. However, until I get tired of talking. China's bait. China bait. China bat. Tim, this place is definitely haunted. I mean, there's a lot of weird shit that happens here. That I mean, I mentioned probably a few times some of the stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on here that shouldn't at all. The number one that freaked me out in my kitchen, that long, I got a long rug, long carpet along that runs along my sink down to my refrigerator, and it was rolled up long. Well, when I went came out, I poured a cup of coffee. Well, no, first I made the coffee. I made a pot of coffee. I came back in here. I turned my computers on, got ready to come in here, sit down, and start my day here. By then, by the time I got everything turned on here, I went out to get me a cup of coffee, and the carpet was rolled up long ways, like a cigarette. It was straight rolled up tight, and a tight roll. And I was the only one here. I know Cookie ain't doing that. There's no way she can do that. It was rolled up against the sink, and it's like they're trying to show me something or tell me something. My lighter. Another thing is my lighter. I'll leave it lay here. I'll clear everything off of here looking for my lighter. It's not there. I'll leave, go out there in the bathroom, see if I left it in the bathroom, in the bedroom, living room. I'll check the whole house, come back in here, give up, come back in here, sit down, and my lighter will be right there where I could see it, right out in the open. It's just little things. But, and another thing, I was laying in bed. I was laying on my bed watching TV, and the hall light was on. The doors, both doors were wide open. My office door and the bedroom doors right across from each other, and they're both wide open. And when I was watching TV, I kept seeing on the wall the light was closing, like it was going away. So I looked at the door and I seen the door shutting. Like, oh, I freaked out, hurry up, jumped up and pulled the door back open. And I laid back down and I was waiting for it to do it again on the bedroom door, but the office door started closing. So I rolled over, covered my head up. I said, "Oh, you won that one. I ain't going out there messing with it." Like it was trying to lure me off the bedroom. So I said, "Oh, you won that one. I ain't messing with you. You trying to be slick. I ain't running into that trap. I know what happens when you follow a ghost. So I ain't messing with it. I ain't following him. I don't know what he wants. But when I got a couple people here, I'm going to put some batteries in that ghost box and see if I get some answers of what it wants, why it's doing what it's doing, if it's just playing games or what's going on here. It's hopefully nothing followed us back from Jamalsville or that cave. That'd be jacked up. The best time of my life was when I was 16 years old, tripping on a four-way in the woods at nighttime. Yeah, I bet, G. This year's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to get out there. I got a lot I want to try. I want to do a lot more of leaving the camera behind. That seemed pretty productive of setting it on that log in Bigfoot land and just walking around and come back in it later. Not now. I now say I was mounting them out today. I spent today putting them. That's why I said it's been a long, long day putting them together for you guys. But this weekend I'm going to ship them out. No more. I'm not taking no more orders. They're done. It's over with. Try to get them. I would. Yeah, they will take them. They will take your dogs. And that's another that reminds me the right here at this waterfall. I'm the more that I'm seeing these pictures that Scott Malika sending me of the Sasquatch, I'm thinking because it's the same mountain that this happened on. When me and Mike was out there and they come down and try to take Mike, two of them come down at Mike like they was going to take him, and right I went right well, it was this side of the mountain. It happened when me and Mike was out there. They came down and tried to take Mike. Well, the waterfall is right around on the backside of that mountain. I'm thinking it's the same clan that I'm messing with, so they might know me from being over on this other side. I'm not really sure. I'm almost positive that it's the same clan that came down after Mike. When we walked up on that female, we walked right up past the female, and she let out that low moan, and we walked past her. A tree pushed down at us, so I told Mike to stay right here. Let me walk over and see what pushed that tree over. Nothing moved, nothing ran away. So when I went over to the root ball of that tree over on the other side, I heard rattling in the bushes. So I was thinking it was Mike moving. So I kept on looking. I couldn't find nothing. And then I heard a tree break, something like something stepped on a branch and broke it. And I had Mike in my sight when it happened. So I started walking back toward Mike. And that's when I seen the two coming down at Mike. I just hollered, running at him, Mike, get down. That's you. That's for you. I freaked. The day I learned my lesson. I'll never leave. I'll never tell none of the kids to stay here. Let me. That was my mistake. I left him there, and as I was running back at him, hollering at him to get down, the two stopped and cut to the left and went back toward that female. I mean, the first one was a big one. He was a monster, and the second one he was a lot smaller. He was like a little teenager, or maybe barely a teenager. He was little, but he followed everywhere the big one went. I hear you, Venom. From West V. Mark, you ain't that far away from me at all. I'm in West V at least 2 or 3 times a month. The ones that were defected. Mom, it's raining here too. I'm hoping it don't freeze up tonight. I gotta drive in this. I don't know, guys. It was on the last channel. I even turned that into WB. What now? I want to WBFR. That's what I turned it into, that whole footage. And there was clearly a female up 50 yards ahead of us in the open. Well, from the waist down, she was standing in brush. Because as we got closer, she ducked down and laid into the brush and backed up. But as we walked past her, she let out this moan like it was a call for the dudes to come. Because within 2, 3 minutes, they was there in front of us, pushing trees over, making shit happen to get us away from her and whatever else was behind her. Me too, Cat. Man, sometimes it gets scary out there, especially by yourself. Getting toward the sundown, and you're still out there. You still got like an hour to get out of the woods. You're stuck in the woods. And you got to feel your way out pretty much. Are you talking about Omaha steaks, Tim, or the state Omaha? Because I like them both, and there's definitely Sasquatch in both. Meg, you're moving. Did you kick? What happened? How did you get it off of it, Reef? You should have jumped on his back because they will take a dog out. Now, Mike's used to it, Julie. So used to the activity out there. It's Mike. He'll always go. It's like he's fascinated with him as I am. He'll always go. It's just he's tied up with his girlfriend lately. These last year or two, he got that little hair on his chin, and he don't know how to act. He hit that puberty. Them puberty days, they change a person. Growing up, you maced his ass. That's what's up. Just be careful out there with them young ones, cause when there's young ones, mom's there and she will jack shit up. So be careful. You might not see her, but she's right there, real close. It is scary, cause they do shit like that. Especially young, they don't know too much about nothing. They do dumb shit sometimes. No, I didn't see that, Skeeter. I probably wouldn't be the first time they caught that. Going on, Brooks? Northern Minnesota Sasquatch. Yeah, she held. I don't. Dean, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking Cookie out there. Cookie will run up on one and get tore up. They'll pick her. They'll pick their teeth with her. I couldn't lose my dog. I'm not taking Cook. What's the paranormal? Money Mike, he's recovering from getting his money shredded. He definitely recovered, but he's doing good. He's all right. He's probably on here watching. Where you at, Mike? No, not yet, Mason. I spent the whole day putting them together. I can't even reach them. You need to find out where to piss them off. No, definitely don't. So you can finally get one. I'm not pissing them off. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to piss them off. They got power, man. You wouldn't believe the power they. You see the twist in them trees, the bends in them trees. That a man couldn't do that. A bear, I don't. I see a bear pushing it over, but I don't see a bear twisting it. Dog man carrying a dog. No, adopt another dog and send her out. Yeah, that's a good idea. But I ain't even supposed to have Cookie here. I had to swindle her in here. Next rock coming, Mom. You'll get it if we can find it. I know she trying to get me killed over that rock too. And Nador, I ain't trying to get my neck broke over a rock. I definitely try to get her one day. The next rock, usually when I'll find one, I'll get one. You just can't make them throw a rock at you. I ain't trying to get them to throw a rock, but they do it a lot. I hear you, Nancy. Everybody cussing me out about that rock. That's the only bad thing about smoking bugler. They go out if you ain't hitting it. You're right about that, Venom. And they just started coming out. I don't know what they are, but they're popping up on a lot of videos everywhere around the world. They're just not in certain spots. They're popping. I think it looked like some kind of subspecies. Like the pigment of the skin is almost pink, like underground type shit, deep underground. And I think there might be running out of food, or there might be a shift going on under there that's pushing them out. I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely a subspecies that just showed up on the scene in these last, I'd say, last 5 years, 4 years. They've been showing up, popping up. I'm not. My mom's crazy. Backwoods cigar. Nah, I get sick on cigars. I can't mess with them. Ever since I was a little kid, I stole a cigar. I forget who I stole it off of, but we went out back and fired it up. Sick as a dog. I thought I was dying. I'll never forget that sickness. I just can't mess with no cigars. I don't think they're reptilian either, Tim. I don't know what they are, but it's some kind of subspecies. I mean, I'm not saying it ain't, but I don't know what I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something new, something that came from deep within. I haven't seen crazy yet. I know, Mom. I do once in a while. I do once in a while. Like Bigfoot Land, I'll give them cinnamon, apples, them hug jugs. They like them. I gotta go to Marker 9. You talking about where is that? Up in the Appalachian Trails, Marker 9. I do want to go there. I am going there this summer. We're going to go up there camping. Wait, is Money Mike on here? I ain't seen. Yeah, I see Mike. Money Mike is on here. He just listening to me talk shit. Meg said, get into the woods, Mike. What you waiting on? You guys better be there Sunday, Mike. I'll be there to pick you up. Yeah, there's miles and miles of trails, Gene. Hundreds of miles of trails up there. I hear you, Pam. It's definitely something different. I don't know what they are. They're around, and they don't mind letting people see 'em. It seems like they don't mind coming out after people either. They'll chase you down. They're some kind of night dweller. I don't know what it is. I don't think you are allowed to ride ATVs up there. I think it's all bike trails. Mike's funny, but he definitely better be there Friday or Sunday, Mike. Yeah, they're all over YouTube. I see them all over the place. They're popping up here in Pennsylvania. They're popping pretty much Ireland. There's a video of kids in Ireland spotted them. I mean, there's a lot of videos of them, and they're the same exact things. Whatever they are, they're making the same sounds. They're the same looking creature from all the way around the world. So I don't know what's going on underground that's pushing them out, but something happened there within these last few years. And I think I got a lot to do with why they're selling these caves up, collapsing them in. Cass Paris, that was a tourist attraction. Everybody used to go up there growing up, but they blew it up, blew it in, caved it in. Where the cave that I go to, you seen how they sealed that up. I mean, all the way around. What are those big birds? Hmm. I don't know, Pamela. He definitely seen them. He's seen them. Yeah, that's about it on the trail. It's just bicycles. They definitely do. There's cameras upon camera. I ain't never seen a hole so well covered in my life. I mean, you're not getting near that hole without them knowing that you're in it. Believe that. And you can't take one camera. They got camera on camera on camera on camera the whole way through there. You're not. They know when you're there, and they know when you're not. And the funny thing is, there's a tree structure that appeared after the cameras was up. So whatever built that big ass tree structure in front of that camera, they got on that camera. So they know what these creatures are, and they're out there. I don't know exactly where. I don't want to really go out there and mess with them things because they don't mind chasing you. I don't know what's going on outside. Somebody out there crying in the rain. It sounds like. You're right, and they are. I'm seeing that too. You mean bat tracks? Snoop, eh, there's something going on. There's definitely. I ain't really figured it out yet, but definitely I'm getting close to it. I'm getting closer. I'll figure it out sooner or later. Just borrow their SIM card out of them. You can't. Well, not without them seeing you. They got camera facing camera facing camera. So if you take one camera, you gotta take them all, and there's no way you're going to find all them cameras. I spotted about 12 of them around there, and then if there's 12, there's more. They're all through there, and they're high up, 20 feet up in the tree. So it's definitely it's well, and it's signed up, federally restricted. That's just kind of I wouldn't. That'd be dumb to go in there. I'm not doing that. I'm not letting nobody hit me. You crazy? Who said that? Mary let her in. She figured it out. No, I don't, Tim. I don't know who they belong to. No, they belong to whoever put them signs up. Whoever whoever put the NR8 signs up or NR8. The the federally restricted sign up. That's who the cameras belong to. Yeah, but a Bigfoot can just push that tree over and take that camera for you and smash it if you want. Brian, I don't know. It's just pouring down cold, icy, slushy rain. Nobody should be outside right now. Do you think Bigfoot has it? I don't. I never happened to me, but they do have some kind of. They can do something. I know that. That I can't say. I seen it happen to Fred, like zapping. I seen it happen to Fred. I seen it happen to Colorado Bigfoot. I seen it. I just seen it too many times. There's something. They do something. That happened to me. I forgot where I was, how I got there, who I was. Like my whole brain just completely was gone for about 10 seconds. I got scared that I didn't even know how to get out of where I was. I didn't even know my name, and then it just all hit me at the same time. All at once. As soon as I climbed up the top of this hill and stood up and started to look around, I just forgot everything. That's one of the scariest feelings to be in the forest and just like amnesia. You don't know what the hell just happened. That shit's scary. But they do something. I don't know what it is or how they do it, but they definitely do something. But mine speak, I never had that experience yet. That instant fear that when they come close, that somehow it seemed like they set that instant fear into you. Like they already got you shook before you know they're there. They definitely got some kind of, I don't know if they're sending out, I don't know how they do that shit, but they do it. I've been around it too many times. They definitely do it. I haven't seen it yet, Tim, but I'll definitely check it out. Right there. That's a good idea, actually, because you never know out there. You never know. Mess around, get zapped, and not come back. That's a scary. It had me scared. I went and got CAT scan, see what was wrong with me. I went straight to the doctors, thinking there was something that was wrong with me. Thinking did I eat today? It just, but it wasn't me. There was nothing like that. It definitely did something out there. The infrasound, like real anxious, like something about to happen. You know something about to happen. You should move some sort. They make, yeah. I just started looking into that. I've been thinking the same thing because I'm not exactly sure on the exact megahertz or whatever on that infrasound, but I think we can only hear from like 20 to 20,000 megahertz, and anything below that or above that we can't hear. We can feel it. We can feel like the waves of it, but we can't hear it. So maybe they're with their lung capacity, they can probably got a wider range than us, and they could probably release a lower range vibrations that maybe does that to us. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, actually. Any more than that busing stations. Nah, not really, Lissa. But I did crack myself up with that. I was just like calling it as I was seeing it. There's I can't even go into it without even making. You guys know what I mean. Right, Ronnie. Hey man, you're gonna see a lot more coming up. It's getting closer to springtime. This winter's at the end, so I'm gonna start hitting them out there a little bit more. I'm gonna check a lot more spots too. I'm gonna start moving around with it. You got chronic tinnitus. Yeah, it does make you wonder. You, you got what I said. Oh yeah, the what? Has anyone on here seen the Brown Mountain Light? Skeeter, I did. That ball energy, size of a basketball that glides right across the top of the mountain. No, it wasn't even. Not, I'm not talking. I was in the tree line, about 4 feet from the ground at the top of the mountain. I'm not talking about on top of the tree line. I'm talking about down in the woods, 4 feet, 5 feet from the dirt, going across. It's getting real close to Lent. Not much of a winter in Texas. Tim, you never get a winter in Texas. It stays hot all year long down there. Or no, yeah, you do get snow, don't you guys? I think it gets super cold. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about Texas. I know it gets hot as hell in the summer, but what is it like? A real hot in the summer and real cold in the winter? Is it something like that over in Texas? Multiple orbs. Oh yeah. Well, my that just happened all of a sudden too. When I hit the top of that mountain, my ears started ringing. I mean loud. But as I started walking, it just went away as quick as it came. Puka wedges in Texas. Yeah, you're right, Jack. But even in Florida, it don't get below what 50 maybe. It don't get colder than 50 in Florida. I don't think. Maybe some parts of Florida they probably see some snow. I ain't no weatherologist. I couldn't tell you. North Carolina is a beautiful place, Alyssa, without a doubt. North and South. It ain't just both. It's Carolina, period. Beautiful place. Blue Mountain. I want to check out the Ozarks too. Take a special trip for the Ozarks out there. It's cold all year round. Yeah. Arizona. Arizona's a desert, ain't it? You seen lakes ice with Crocs in it. Damn. That's crazy. That's cold. That's below 32. I know it ain't gonna hurt the Crocs. Well, I can't say that because it seemed like every other year down in this Monongahela River, somebody keeps releasing gators, alligators. I don't know if it's pets growing up or what, but they'll every couple of years somebody will throw two in there, and when they report it to the fire station or whoever, they'll tell them just let them go. They'll die off in the winter, but the following year you'll see tracks of them. You'll see them floating down, going downstream and shit together. they're still out there. They're surviving. Whether they're going underground in the sewer systems, they're doing something in the wintertime, and they're coming out during the summer. They're these two gators. It seem like they can't catch them. They sent divers in after him. They just can't catch him. As he got a long span to ride and get away and go, they just can't catch him. They can't find him. Has mountains. We also have the Mulligan Monster from being cold, Frogman. I seen something about that on the news. They was just falling out of trees. They got too cold for them. But that's really what they needed because they jacking up the ecosystem up over there. They don't even belong over there. They're eating a lot of shit that they shouldn't be eating. I know, Nathan. I seen that too. There's a lot of things going on. You can't even be too careful with it because you don't know which way it's coming. The world's been changing, Wendy. You ain't the only one said that, Cat. Real Clef Mama says hers is doing that too. My man Seal Team. Good to see you with us. I need to wear Indian headdress. They might 302 me. I do that shit. Yeah, them big ones. They'll eat anything. They're eating people's pets and big pythons. There's a bunch of shit going on in Florida. I think the only thing we really got messing with us that ain't supposed to be here is the snakeheads and panthers and shit like that. One day there'll be a Bigfoot in Congress. Hey, then that's when you know the world coming to an end. But we might be better off. Get a Bigfoot president because it can't get any more wilder than what it is. Right, Alyssa? Them saltwater crocs get huge, like 15 feet, 20 feet huge. Them things are, man, monsters. Nah, I don't know, Snoop. I probably look a little bit weird with all that on. Fred, he's out of commission with his leg. He been Cookie freaking out there. I'm sure, Nathan, if he come across the plant, I'm sure the deers do that. Deers eat it. They tear it up. So I'm sure if he come across the plant, he'll eat it. The rest of the animals do. The pythons are migrating north. They're spreading. That's just how fast they're reproducing, spreading out. They're probably master growers. I don't know about that. I know if they come across them, they probably take them. You'd be surprised where you see alligator. They've been here. They're old species. They've been surviving. Really didn't revolve much. I mean, they don't have to. The power they have in their jaws, they'll survive a lot longer than us. They're native to Brazil. That definitely don't belong here. Herb definitely is medicine. Pay it forward. I should be wearing camp clothes. Camp clothes. Yeah, guess it could. I'm gonna try a couple different things. Nothing like that. I ain't gonna put no Indian hairdress. Go out there and just go in circles like I'm at a powwow or some shit. But I'm gonna do some different shit this year. This summer coming, this spring summer. I'm gonna take. I got some trips coming. I want to get to Missouri. One of the first trips. I can't wait to get to Missouri. What kind of sanctuary and shapeshifter demons? They've been doing that SEAL team for a long time. That's human reptilian. We're not gonna get into that shit. Pam, I swear you was on the first list. You was on the first list out. I don't even think you was on the new. Pam Blick. What was that last name, Pam? Cause I got like three Pams. And Pam Wick, I ain't got an address for. But this is the old list. But I probably got you on this list. If you ain't on that list. Yeah, Pam Wick, I do have an address. You're on the you're on the new list. If your name's Wick, right? I got your address. You're on the new list. I got you. If your last name's Wick. If it ain't, you gotta have to send it again. Washington State. I didn't see it. Yeah, I got you, Pam. I haven't heard about the Washington. I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't know. He went to the doctors. They told him he's full of shit. Nobody knows. They they can't figure it out. He had scans done on it, X-rays, and who knows? Something wrong with it. It's all over Facebook. I might check it out. I'll look it up. Pull it up. Pull that up. All the sub creatures. Me in French. Somebody said it was a friend in Dutch. See, I don't know. I already got it, Pam. I got it on the new list. And I see you, Mom. You keep going back and forth to the kitchen making chicken soup. I guess there was a new sighting in Washington. They said, I don't know. I might have to look that up myself. I never heard nothing about it. What's going on, Willow? I see you, G. On that sighting. See, I don't know. I'll check it out. But did you see that picture on Facebook with that little tiny orange dot? It's like a little tiny nail marker in that tree going along that. I must have like right with the corridor that I was following up the side of that mountain. I'd like to know who put them there. They're just very barely noticeable, little tiny round orange markers. And I have no idea who. I like to find out because whoever put them there, they're following the corridor, the markers as they go. Every lane, every X, there was one of them going up through there. So I don't know what's up with them dots. They're definitely markers for them, so they can follow their way as they're trying to track the Bigfoot. I don't know. There's something going on with that. I'm gonna try to pay more attention to it, see if I can find any more out there. That's good to hear, Liv. But you're on the new list. I'm gonna send it out anyways and see you around. Brian, that's what somebody else said. It was Dutch for friend. That's funny. I don't get my eyebrows waxed. Does it look like they're waxed? The natural. What's natural? The nut busting stations. Right, Geneva. You found a wishbone in your chicken soup. Did you put the whole chicken in the pot to find the whole wishbone? You must you must just open up a whole chicken and threw it in a pot of water and call it a day. No, Tim. Is I've never pretty much never had a dad. My grandpa was my dad growing up from the age 3 on up. White chicken. It's for the dogs. I hear you. Sound like them dogs are eating better than I do. He's cooking a full course meal for him. What the hell? My chair's messing up. Patty, it must be cold out in your neck of the woods like it is mine. I just broke my armchair, the arm on my chair. I hear you. My the cookie eats good too. I can't say she don't. I said I know how that is. It seems like everything I eat, cookie eats. I see Fred's on here. Fred made it on. What did he say? He just woke up. I wouldn't doubt it, Dean. That probably is what they are. They're definitely markers. I just don't know what they're tracking that whole way through there. He's on here. Mike's on here. He watching. Money Mike. It's pouring bad outside. It seems like the dogs are happy when you cook them with good meal. They treat you better. You treat them good, they treat you good. Right? Mike been fired. He been fired since the day he was born. They're doing that everywhere, Skeeter. Everywhere. They're spending a lot of money and going through great efforts to seal all these holes up. Not yet, Brian. Nah, I don't think so. Well, not unless you get close to the baby, like around the maze. I know I left that maze alone a lot for a few years just because there's a newborn baby over there, and that she got it over there. I ran into her too many. Every time it seemed like every time we went over there, I would run into her. So I just kind of just faded away, let her be for a while. Lately, the last trip I did go in, she barricaded the whole perimeter of that maze. It- it's totally different. You really have a hard time getting. It's layer after layer after layer, like 10 different layers of barricades to get in. You got to fight through to get into that maze. She really sealed it up. Like she's saying, "Don't come in here no more." But I went in anyway. She just wasn't home when I went in there. I just got to be careful with her because she probably will tear me apart with that baby up there. She skipped out the back window. I'm about to check it out, Nadar. That sounds like a decent book. You see, I might see if it's on electric file or whatever. Take them some moon pies. I could do that. You've had some wild temperatures this winter. Yeah, there's some record breakers, highs and lows, I think. Yeah, you're right about that. You gotta read it between the lines on it. Lou, yeah, I guess I am. I guess you could say I am. Do what you gotta do, but just know it's coming. And please unsubscribe after you receive it. That's how I feel about it. I hear you, Gene. That's why I'm single. I hope that happens here, Pat. You went from winter to summer in 1 week, man. But I hear what you're saying, though. It seemed like it just shifts overnight. Get her high. Gene or Lou, I'm gonna respond to it just because I am who I am. If you read these comments, everybody else received the book. I guess for some odd reason why you didn't receive the book because your address wasn't on that old list. You sent me the new address. Now you're on the new list, and now you're on here doing this. So when you receive the book, please unsubscribe and don't purchase anything else from anything that I ever do in the near future. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's move on with this regular scheduling program because you're not going to keep pissing me off on my Friday Night Live. It's coming. Just know that it is coming. And you're not the only one that happened to. But other than that, what's going on, Bigfoot World? You must not be hearing what I'm saying, Lou. I'm saying it's coming in the mail. And when it comes, you know what to do after that. You the only one on here saying that shit. Because everybody else got their book. Make sure I get an address and I'll make sure you get a book. Now that I got an address, you're gonna start this. That's that clown shit, and I ain't got time for it. For real. Yeah, definitely Carolina. I definitely am. I wanted to last time, but you started cussing me out when I started talking about the book. So I guess I gotta wait till you guys get it, and then we're gonna talk about it. I definitely do want to get out there. I definitely do. I want to hit Colorado worse than anything. You have no idea how bad I want to get out there. I've been wanting to get out to Colorado for like the last 5 years. It's just this urge I got to get out there. There's a spot that Colorado Bigfoot won't go in. I don't know if it's dense, if it just spooks him, or something happened there, and he won't go there. I want him to get me there, or at least close by there. We can camp. He knows that's where they're at. He knows that's where they're at. He's pretty good at what he does too. I give him credit. He's real good at what he does on a lot of different ways. Hey, Brian, man, you're throwing salt on the wound. Eh, Pamela, if you send it today, because I didn't mail them out yet, they're going out in the morning when I come up. Instead of coming here, I'm going straight to the post office. They're done. They're put together. But if you go ahead and send me your address and hit the PayPal up, I'll put you in there. That's funny. Right, pay forward. I agree, but just put me in one of them moods. But by next Friday, I hope not to see her. Hopefully, she got the book and all that goes away. You guys are messed up. Oh shit! I just noticed that. I'm not. I mean, I explained it. I said what it was and what it is. My man, Crow Creek. Yeah, you're right about that, Snoop. And I noticed in Colorado they're starting to put them signs up. The stay on the pave. This is what is it? I've seen a few different ones. One of the main ones I've been seeing is stay on the paved trail. This is Sasquatch inhabitants, or don't. If you have a sighting, don't run, don't engage, don't take pictures or some shit. There's like a list of rules of don't to do with these things. It's all good, guys. It's nothing but love. No, don't do that. Not when it's my fault. To a point, it's like both of our faults, but she'll be all right next week when she gets her book. Other than that, let's have some fun. No, I ain't. I'm done, bro. You know what, Geneva? I thought about doing that, just taking a big bag of cashews out and just leaving them somewhere for him. But all the other animals would destroy him before the Bigfoot would get to him. Pat, on Sunday, we're going up to Bigfoot Land. I'm gonna try to talk him into going down into the ravine, but for the most part, Bigfoot Land. I see what's going on. See what I changed over in Bigfoot Land. I hear you, Alex. The Sahara, yeah. Well, it ain't them sounds just ain't in the Sahara. Them sounds are everywhere. Utah Sasquatch picked up them sounds that time he was walking through there. That's another thing. I was trying to find that video just they like 2 days ago. It's gone. It's definitely gone. I can't find it. He took all them videos down like he started over. Right. I hear you, Geneva. Bring it back, set a handful. Yeah, I'm gonna try that too. I'm definitely going. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna start gifting a couple things here and there up there. Let them know that I'm pretty friendly. Just they're hanging out. Mercedes is on there. Baby girl Mercedes. Going on New Mexico. Jack Black. Yeah, Utah's gone. He been gone for a while. Hopefully he makes a comeback, man. He'll make a comeback. Yeah, apples too. Tomorrow, um, yeah, but it's gonna be for members only. I'm gonna try to go live for a little bit, just like for the members on that one, and some behind the scene footage. Give them some nuts they can crack at their nut busting station. They ain't busting my nuts. I ain't bringing no banana bread. That's one lesson. That's one hard lesson that I learned. I will never do. I'll never take what is it? Banana nut bread and some what kind of pie was that? Banana pie or no? Banana nut bread and something else. She put in my backpack, and I went off to spend the night in the maze. It got chased by a damn blackbird. He took my shit. He took my whole backpack. He took my flashlights. Ran off with him. Drug him out through the pecan pie. That's what it was. Pecan pie. He took my banana nut bread and pecan pie. It was gone with it. It was a good trip. It was. Oh, you talking about this trip up here to the waterfall? I'm definitely getting a cold. My nose is starting to run. I feel it in my lungs. It sucks. I can't afford to get sick right now. Brian. Yeah, just don't take it to the woods with you. It's good. Just don't take it to the woods. That was a scary night. That night was probably one of the scariest because I never had a black bear come at me like that before. They usually run away. You never really even see them. They run off way before you get to them, and to have this thing grunting and taking my shit while I'm up on this big ass rock, it's a nightmare. But if I wouldn't have dropped my backpack, it would have. he would have had me. I wouldn't have had enough breath to even make it up that rock, not alone anything else. Because the weight of that backpack, it was just so hard to run. I just here, take it. You win, and it gave me time to climb that tree and the rock to get up there. I need a Paulus cannon. Nah, then you never see him. You take guns out there, you'll never see him. It's like they know when you got them. They will take if there's a Bigfoot in the area, they'll take that rock saw every single time you leave it out there. Where the cow licks they call them or something like that. Yeah, he definitely would have. That blackbear, that was a bad experience. I don't never want to cross again. I'm glad I got away from it. That's my main thing. I don't know if you can become a member on. I think it's just on like computers. I don't know if you can become a member on by phone. I have no idea. Tobacco and corn. That's a good idea. You talking about the leaves tobacco, freshly grown tobacco, or you mean just a bag pipe tobacco? Maybe on iPad. I'm not for sure. I'm not really for sure at all on how to join. You can join by phone. Right under the video, I see it has a join button now. It even has a join button on mine. Oh, not on the iPad. Loose tobacco. I hear you. The Indians used to do that back in the day. I seen something on that. They used to leave a little pinch of tobacco on a rock, and I guess it's for good hunting for that season or something like that. New Mexican, I see fresh corn on the cob. Yeah, I definitely did. Try it. When you're out there with them, say it. Say muy and see what happens. These are making me hungry. Yeah, I'm about to head out too. It's been one of them nights I see. It really was putting this everything together, getting off work, uploading 2 videos. I've been busting my ass, guys. I'm gonna keep on going. Someone said "muy" or "muy" means friend. Yeah, somebody sent me. A couple people told me that it's Dutch. It's old Dutch, and it's a Dutch word for friend. Leave some marijuana on the rock. Shit, they better get their own marijuana. That shit's expensive. I ain't gifting nobody no marijuana. They better get their own. I'll leave them some tobacco or some apples. I'm not leaving them none of that. Yes, I did, Mercedes. You supposed to come down here and see me, girl. Frank's. I got you the Frank's Red Hots. Macaroni and coffee. I'm coming to your house, Tim. Right. Did you find any footprints? No, that ground's frozen solid. It's been frozen solid for months. You ain't gonna find it. And then the leaves on top, you ain't gonna find no prints through there on anything. Yeah, I seen maybe as I was getting around the puddles, I seen something like a fox track or coyote track. That's like chocolate. You find shit everywhere. Jack links. Now you're trying to get me jacked up. I ain't taking them damn jack links out. I almost did that once. Fred stopped me. I stopped at the gas station and grabbed a pack of beef jerky, the Jack Links beef jerky or whatever. He said, "No, remember the commercial? Put that back." He wouldn't even let me buy it. You see, you know what happens when you mess with the beef jerky in the woods. It never turns out right. Thanks, Tim. They threw it back. Yeah, that happened a lot too. Messing with Sasquatch. There's a lot of funny commercials with that. There's so many funny ones. My favorite one when they put his hand in the pot, man, he puts himself. There's a lot of good ones. Where the Bigfoot's trying to start a fire and he come down and wiped out in that mud puddle and put his fire out after he finally got it started. Bigfoot tore him up every single time. I see you, Bob. Carolina Reapers jerky for him. They probably smell it. They probably won't even eat. I don't know if they'll eat it or not. You never know till you try it. Then the rock cannonball. No, I can't say that I did, but I've never been like had the opportunity or had that chance to even learn something like that. Like a farmer would have to know something like that. Somebody that's growing them and have a Sasquatch coming in stealing the shit, hitting the gardens up, and then he would be able to say, "Hey, these Sasquatch are stealing my peppers, and they do like hot shit." But I don't know. Your phone died in Mexicana. That does suck. It happens to me in the field. I can't even film. I can't even record nothing when the battery's drained. Yeah, yeah, but I'm not. I can't do that. Sweets in the woods. I'm not doing that no more. The next time he throws one, Mom, I'll grab you one. Next time they throw one, if I can find it. But all right, Bigfoot World. I guess we'll call it another Friday night. I'm gonna get ready, go in here, take a shower, make something to eat, and go to work here in a few hours. Cinnamon flavored jerky. Do they have that? Hey, Brian, you try to throw salt in the wound. She'll be good by next weekend, guys. She'll have her book this week. But with that being said, Bigfoot World, Sunday, we're going back out there in the Bigfoot land. Check it out. You definitely want to stay tuned for that. If you want to see the behind the scenes, become a member. Until then, stay tuned for this next one, Bigfoot World, because I think I'm going to call it a night. Boo hoo loo. I love you guys. Hang in there.